Hey guys and gals, Keith Fiala here for Weekly Tips. Today I wanted to talk about, and like I kind of alluded to last week, actually practicing. Now what I've been working on is a transcription of Clifford Brown's Cherokee, his actual solo over Cherokee. And from all perspectives, it's a nightmare. It's very difficult. The fastest I've been able to go on it is about 300, and then when I tried to replicate that, it didn't work so good. So what I do is when I approach it, and I can't approach it every single day because I'll get stuck on it and I'll sit here for 2-3 hours just working on it, and pretty soon I've burned my face up. And with gigs, a rehearsal tonight, all sorts of crazy things happening, I really have to limit how much time I spend on it. So what I usually do is I'll set a metronome and I'll finger through things. So I'll go through things like that. Now currently my metronome is set to 100, which is basically 200 because I'm playing everything in cut time. So that's the bottom tempo that I typically start at every single day, and I play through it, and I don't do the entire solo. I stop just into the bridge. Probably 3/4 of the way through the bridge is somewhere where I actually stop playing, because I want to take this in chunks. I also have it up on my computer, so that's why I keep looking away from you. And so every now and again my screensaver flashes up. So what I'm doing is I'm compartmentalizing things, and then I'll eventually stick everything together once I get it printed out and can actually read it in a flowing sense. But I really want to get it under my fingers and have a good sense of where I'm going with it, at least at some higher steady tempo. So my first pass will be at 100, and I'm only going to play through just some of the rougher spots, some of the more difficult spots, and I'll show you how I practice it. So here's 100 clicks, or 100 beats a minute, and 4/4, and so that'd be 200. Okay, so right there was a little bit of a hiccup, and I kind of knew that was happening or going to happen because I was looking away and starting to think about other things. So what I would do is I would go back. Now that's my first pass on it today. So what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll just start in a section that makes sense to me, which is the E minor into the D9. So right where that line of eighth notes, or that string of eighth notes starts, and it's on downbeat 2, big 2. Okay, so that's just before the bridge hits. That's all the way through the 2A sections. So at that point, with me being pretty happy with it because I only had one little hang up and snafu on it, I'll bump it up 10 clicks. Now, in cut time terms, that goes up 20 clicks. As I start going faster and start getting a little bit more tripped up, I guess you could say, I'll cut that in half to 5 clicks. Because we're in cut time, sometimes I'll do 4 clicks or 2 clicks, depending on where I'm at, to try to really hammer out the technical issues. Now, the other thing that I'm paying close attention to is my articulation. I don't want my articulation to start being sacrificed just because I'm playing faster. My theory on this is, at this point, if I can't articulate at that speed, I need to pull my articulation up to that speed. So that's something else that I've been working on, just even off the horn exercises, with a metronome, and trying to get things to build up. So I'm actually articulating all the upbeat notes, which gives it a nice push-pull swing feel. So I'm going to do another pass. I don't want to make the video too long, but here's another pass, and this is at 220. goes that screensaver again. So, but basically what I'm doing is I'm really trying to focus in on not letting it go da 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 da, and I'm trying to get that articulation exactly the way I want to hear it. Kind of like what I heard Clifford Brown do, or what I hear Arturo Sandoval do, because this is the way he starts Cherokee at 400. So I got a long ways to go, obviously. But I'm going to start at that, again, that string of eighth notes where it goes into triplets and things, right at the F minor. Let me make sure that screensaver doesn't go off again. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. Of course, I'm going to listen back to this video and make sure that I'm happy with that. But to me, right now, it's flowing pretty good, and 220 is a manageable tempo. When I start pushing around 280, that's where I start running into severe problems, because I'll start tripping. Or my articulations and my fingers don't match up, which causes the tripping. But what will also happen is my tongue will just stop. It kind of like throws up the white flag and goes, I quit, that's it, I'm done. So as I practice this, what I'm doing is I'm looking for that golden tempo that's a crossover between I can play and I can't play. And so I work on that to try to make it go up a couple of clicks at least once a week or so. And that's where you're going to start to notice progression and improvement in your playing. Now, is this by any stretch an easy thing and it's going to be done in 2 weeks? Absolutely not. This could take me months. It's hard to say how long this is actually going to take me to learn this, let alone memorize this. And I think just because of how much I'm playing it and going through it, through osmosis, I'm going to memorize it. I figure that if I can't play it with a play-along, which I have a play-along click track at 300, then what's the point of even trying to go anywhere beyond that? So one of my early goals is to be able to play this at 300 comfortably with a play-along track, all the way through the couple of courses that actually Clifford took on this solo, and make it sound musical, make it sound relaxed, make it feel good. And that, along with everything else that I'm working on, is going to enhance my playing. Now, what I have seen in short order, because I've been working on this for a couple of weeks, is I've gotten into other rehearsals, and I've noticed that tempo, because I'm pushing 280 close to 300, anything under 250 starts to feel slow and easy. So it's benefiting other aspects and other avenues of my playing. Is it good for my improvisation? Yes, because I'm actually studying what he decided he was going to do over each and every chord. Is it something that I want to absolutely replicate and play verbatim over, a jam session playing Cherokee? No, it's not. But it certainly is something that I'm going to steal little lines from, because there are certain things he did in here that were just massively cool. I mean, come on, it's Clifford Brown. So I guess where I'm going with this, it's great to borrow, it's great to steal, it's great to take things and turn them around. So the next time I see a D minor 7 come around, that's a great way to get from D minor to G7 and over to F major. And so you can take that little bit of language, ba-da-do-da-do-da-da-da-da, and learn it in all 12 keys. So every time you see a minor key come around in a 2-5 situation, now you've got something else, a little bit of language that you can filter in over minor chords. Over the dominant chord, all he's doing is this. So I think that's very cool too, because it's all very diatonic over G. And so it all works. It all starts to make sense. And that's one of the best ways to start building your database or language of improvisation. So I apologize for this video being over 9 minutes today, but I really wanted to give you a good insight as to how I practice and what my approach as of late is to improve my playing. Hope everyone has a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next week.